Hi, we're still looking at the review. We're on question number 5, and I'm going to apologize up front because we might have some alarms going off here at school. We'll just have to ignore them. Caitlin has been babysitting for the last year and earned $500. She wants to earn some interest on her money, so interest is good, and she puts it into her saving account that earns 3% simple interest per year. How much interest will be earned over the next 6 years? It gives me this formula. And in our notes, we're reminded that the P stands for principal, the R stands for rate, and the time is time in years. And all I have to do is multiply those three numbers together. So I can multiply in any order. I'm going to go ahead and fill in my formula. The principal is $500. The other thing about that is if you're kind of not sure which is the principal, it's always going to be the largest number, and it's going to be money. So it's the amount of money that you're putting in or borrowing, in this case. The rate will always be the percent, except we know that we can never use our percent as it's written. We have to move our decimal over twice. So that's 0.03. And then the time is always expressed in years. The nice part is I can multiply this in any order that I want. And I'm kind of thinking maybe I'll just do, we'll do 3 times 6. And I'll show you that works. So 0.03 times 6, it gives me 18. But this says I have 2 numbers after my decimal, so 0.18. So when I multiply that, I got 0.18. And I still have to multiply by 500. So then let's pull to the side over here. 500 times 0.18. I do not line up decimals when I'm multiplying. And so 8 times 0 is 0, 8 times 0 is 0, 8 times 5 is 40. And then I add a 0 for my second row of work. 1 times 0 is 0, 1 times 0 is 0, and 1 times 5 is 5. And we want to try and stay as nice and neat and organized as we can. Here there are 0 numbers after my decimal because that decimal sits there. There are 2 numbers after my decimal. So in total, I should have 2 numbers after my decimal, and that makes for $90. That's the amount of interest she's going to earn over the next 6 years, which is kind of realistic, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and do number 6 in the same video. Braden has 18 yards, oh, this is going to be ugly, 18 yards of wire that he wants to cut into 5 equally sized pieces. Okay, that's good. How many inches? Okay, that's super important. And similar to this problem up here that talked about hours and minutes and wanting the answer in hours, we have to do the same thing here. They want our answer in inches. So we're going to take this 18 yards and turn that into inches. Let's see. 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. And in 3 feet, how many inches are there? Well, let's see. 12, 24, 36 inches. And that's just for 1 yard. But I have 18 yards. So the math is 36 times 18. Oh, and 8 times 6 is my most unfavorite. 8 times 6 is 48. 24 plus 4 is 28. Add a 0 for my second row of work. 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 3 is 3. 8, 14, 6. So I got 648. That's going to be inches. Okay, for my 18 yards, it's 648 inches. Now, even though I've done some work, that doesn't mean I'm finished. Now it says it wants to be cut into 5 equal pieces. So that's a division, 648. We're dividing by 5. Okay, anytime it says cut, that's a clue. 5 into 6 is once. Subtract, bring down the 4. 5 into 14 is twice, because 3 times would be 15. That's too many. And then we're bringing down the 8. 5 into 48, let's see. 5, that's 9 times, because it's 45. That leaves me with 3. Now we don't do remainders, so we're going to add a decimal and bring down this invisible 0. And 5 into 30 is 6 times. And that's 30, and you're left with 0. So you end up with 129. Let's see how many inches this will be the number of inches for each of our pieces.